so I am more. Okay. We're outside the Bernabeu with Martin and Thomas, and our series of talking to fans continues. The fact that we signed a superstar in Kylian Mbappe, has he adapted, and like, what do you rate? How do you assess his season so far and his impact on the team? We'll start with you first.
Yeah, I think Mbappe is Mbappe before team. He's not team before Mbappe. So I think he's unsettled the dynamic of Real Madrid. A lot of the other players were always team first, win the trophies, win the game. I think Mbappe has always been about Mbappe.
Yeah, definitely. Because of him, we have a new system, especially after winning a double last season. So what do you have to say about that?
I just don't think Mbappe is necessarily the right player for the system that Real Madrid are trying to play. Obviously, he's a good player, but it's just sometimes players don't work in a system that they are wanting to play.
And one thing I'll give it to him is that he's also playing out of position, and also he's taking very less money than what he would have asked 2 years back. But because of him, the new system that Ancelotti has installed in, players like Jude, Fede, all of them have a new position, and that's kind of hampered the dynamics of the team.
Yeah, they don't look as happy, and a happy footballer is a better footballer. Jude just isn't the same player he was last year. He seems upset. He seems down. He's not scoring goals. He's not getting as many chances either. So I think you need to play to everyone's strengths, not just one player's. You need to play to all 11 players' strengths.
Definitely, and even the 11 players, and one big player who is on the bench has kind of dropped onto the bench is Rodrigo, and the amount of things he does off the ball, his work rate off the ball is very impressive.
Yeah, obviously Rodrigo is a brilliant player, and he's just got a bit unlucky really with being pushed out of the team.
Definitely, and pushed out of the team. The other players like Arda Güler, even Endrick, big games, Milan and Barcelona, we conceded 7 goals in say 2 games. So the first time we had like back-to-back defeats at home in 15 years. But they were not getting chances. Like, what do you have to say about Ancelotti's like style on that? They, at least when the things are going wrong, everybody should get their chances.
They're still young players though, and I think Ancelotti doesn't always throw his trust in young players. He throws his trust in tried and tested players. So I think Endrick is quite new and young, and I think if you put him in the wrong situation, you may ruin him too soon. He's trying to trust Vinny, he's trying to trust Bellingham, Mbappe, players that have done it at the top level. But these younger players do need to come through as well and step up and be given the opportunity.
Especially, like, they also need that experience when things are going wrong. But the absence of Toni Kroos, what do you have to say about him?
Yeah, Toni Kroos is a big miss. He's a good player, he keeps the ball well. So yeah, he's obviously a really big miss for Real Madrid, yeah.
Probably one of the best players at that position. But talking about after winning a double last season, and the start we have had, we are already like 6 points behind Barcelona with 1 game in hand that we missed against Valencia. Champions League, because of the new format, we'll get lucky into it because you have to be really bad to not make it to the top 24. The format favors everyone. But are there concerns for Carlo Ancelotti?
Real Madrid are very quick at turning managers over when they're not performing. So if I was Ancelotti, I'd be worried that they're going to make the decision quite soon, that success is almost a given. It's style, and he's not getting success and style. So I don't think he'll have long left if the results don't turn around quickly.
Definitely. I hope that does not happen. I love the way he lights up a cigar and gives it, chewing gum to the fans. But what do you have to say about the situation of Ancelotti?
I think Ancelotti he's a good manager, obviously, but he's just, Real Madrid, they are quick to turn on managers, and if they don't start picking up a bit of form and a couple of wins, I reckon he could soon be gone.
And the fact that I also say that, in a way, the club has thrown him under the bus because it was like when Toni Kroos left, it was a big hole in the midfield. We didn't sign any midfielder. The defense, Nacho was gone. We didn't get, a centre back, and the injuries are also not helping. But hoping things work. What are your predictions for the Osasuna game? What do you expect also for after the,
I would expect a positive reaction from Madrid players. Perhaps they owe Ancelotti something, that they're not performing. It's time to perform, and 2 bad games can't become 3 bad games or 4 bad games. That they've trophies to win. and they need to turn up on a game day, not a year ago. Whatever was won last season. This is a new season. You're only as good as your last game.
And the fact that we have Liverpool at Anfield and then we will travel to Atlanta, both teams hunting for revenge.
Yeah, obviously some tough games coming up, so they need to start picking up a couple of wins in these games against teams that are a bit worse. So if they don't start picking up a bit of form, then they could really struggle in those big games in the Champions League.
Thank you guys, first of all, for waiting and talking to us. Thank you so much. Thank you
you.
guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you.